Welcome to the San Diego County Academic League, featuring the area's best and brightest high school students. They'll be responding to tough questions in a variety of subject areas, from history to literature to science to math and more. Welcome to Academic League here on ITV. I'm Clark Anthony. Good to have you with us once again. This is a competition among high school students who answer questions about the things they study in class. You know, math and science and English and history, geography, and probably a few other things along the way. We invite you to play along at home. If you like, you might want to get pencil and paper handy, especially for the math questions. Although it's always amazing to me how many students can do math questions in their head, and I haven't even figured out what they've been asked. But, you know, that just kind of shows how smart the kids are. We are featuring two schools from the San Diego Metro League this time around, SCPA, which is the School for Creative and Performing Arts, and Patrick Henry High School. We'll meet the coaches and the starting team members, and then we will be underway. Richard Swain is the coach for SCPA. He's taught there for 23 years and been the Academic League coach for 15. He's currently teaching Spanish and is a San Diego native, coaching against your alma mater, right? You're going up against Patrick Henry? Yes. That's got to be interesting.
Yeah, looking forward.
Did you have an academic league when you were there?
It's been so long ago, I don't remember.
But it wasn't something that you remember and say, boy, I really wanted to go coach that. How did you get into coaching academically?
One of the teachers at school many, many years ago invited me to be a co-coach with her, and I enjoyed trivia and also the participation, the competition, so I've been doing it ever since.
Well, good. Now, before we introduce each of the individual team members, you have actually a unique team competing today for one reason. Is that correct?
Right. Several of our senior members are involved with the San Diego High School Honor Orchestra, so they're not able to be here with us. So all the players today are just juniors.
Well, good. But don't say just juniors. It's the strong bench, I'm sure, right?
It really is. And looking forward to seeing how well they do today.
Well, good. Would you introduce them, please, starting from left to right?
Okay, from left to right, our first player is Roman Saavedra. His goal is to study atoms and nuclear history. He spends time playing video games, playing Legos, and throwing a football. He's also the only person in his family that has attended the same high school his entire high school year. So welcome. Our second player is Daniel Alonso. He's the Key Club treasurer. He plays the euphonium. He has a very interested in math. One thing that really is amazing about Daniel is he's an incredible statistician, and he's brought his own version of sabermetrics to our team, really helping us develop the team. He plans to attend UCLA or Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and major in math. Our third player is Captain Kate, kind of an enigma. She enjoys reading and musical theater and theater. Our fourth player, Corey Blansett, likes to watch videos on YouTube and plays video games, and plans to go to San Diego State. He enjoys trivia and competition, much like myself, and surprisingly, he couldn't speak until he was 5 years old. Our last player is Tricia Tolentino, likes history, architecture, and philosophy. Her hobby is dance. She plans to go to UC Irvine and volunteers at Sharp Memorial Hospital.
Well, good. We're happy to have you and the team here, and good luck to you, Rich.
All right. Thank you very much.
Take your spot over there. We'll say hello to Candace from Patrick Henry High School. Candace Hamilton, good to see you once again.
Hi, Clark, good to see you.
She has taught for 18 years, still teaching English?
I am still teaching English.
Okay.
Yes.
As a student, I was curious, did you ever compete in academic league when you were in high school?
I did not. Speech and debate was my thing.
How did you get into coaching the academic league?
Our illustrious AP teacher, Chris Baldwin, who is absolutely fabulous, coached it for years, and the students came to me and asked if I would teach it since he was retiring.
And it's basically been a good thing?
Oh, it's been fabulous. I
Although
love these kids. They're so smart.
I understand that part, but I understand that there is one part of it you don't like, and that is that they give you homework?
They do. We have to write questions for Academic League. I don't see how that's fair, but no, it's all right. We have to write questions because otherwise we wouldn't have questions for them to answer.
Understand that. You are also, I notice here, among your other activities, mock trial coach. That has to be interesting.
Patrick Henry did it for the first time last year. It was interesting is a good word. Not quite what we expected. Not quite what we expected.
How so? Can you elaborate, or is it something that's going to grow, or are
well,
we?
When we meet Katie, there's a story behind Katie's involvement last year as an attorney, and it involves quite a bit of preparation. And I think we weren't sure that there was that much preparation behind it. And so other schools, they're very good at what they do.
I think we may have the beginnings of a television program here, don't you think?
Works for me.
Yeah, it's a reality show. Speaking of that, would you introduce your real students and from left to right for us?
I would love to. First student is Justin Newman. He plans to study chemical engineering. loves hiking and the outdoors. He's hiked across the Grand Canyon multiple times. He's always come back. Enjoys riding motorcycles with his father and wants to attend UC Santa Barbara. Our next person is Kristen Reed. She would like to study biochemistry and eventually become a doctor. She's a ballet dancer, which I didn't know. I was very surprised by that. She's an avid reader of fantasy novels, loves to go backpacking, and her favorite destination is Yosemite, and she would like to attend the University of Utah. Our captain, Jordan Robertson, who familiarly goes by Jordy, would like to major in aerospace engineering and become a commissioned officer in the United States Air Force. He enjoys listening to folk punk music, watches copious amounts of Battlestar Galactica, competes on drill teams, plays rugby, and is captain of Henry's lacrosse team. He is also the brigade commander for all 13 JROTC units in the San Diego Unified School District, with approximately 2,500 cadets under his command. And he has been awarded a full Air Force ROTC scholarship and would like to go to either UCLA or Berkeley. Katie O'Neill is our only sophomore on the team this year for the varsity team. She would like to major in international relations. I have a feeling, Clark, that may change as she moves through high school. She's a serious runner on the cross-country team. She has been a JMUN team member for 4 years and is an expert on human rights. Her favorite AL moment, she answered 2, 3, 4, 5 on a bonus question, and one of the answers was actually correct. She was an attorney for mock trial for the first time last year. We went to Wendy's after the mock trial competition, and she was quite hyper, playing with the ketchup packets, and I asked her what was in the ketchup. I was a little worried. She would like to attend Georgetown University. And finally, Jonah Breslow. He would like to major in chemistry and political science. His first passion, though, is chemistry, and he would like to be a research chemist. He has earned straight A's throughout high school. He's quite a fish. He does water polo, he's on the swim team, and he also swims competitively. He is passionate about the history of American music, especially jazz, and spent the summer before his sophomore year watching the entire Ken Burns special on jazz. And his first choice for college is Claremont McKenna. Those are my team.
I am always impressed by all of the students that are a part of Academic League, and then every now and then I'm completely taken aback by some new things that people are involved in I've never even heard of before.
They do so much at school. They really do, and they enjoy everything that they do.
Well, and I can see you do as well. Good luck to you and the team, Candace.
Thank you very much.
All right, you can take your spot over there, and we will remind you that this is competition among high school students, and, you know, it's quite impressive. As I always say, the questions are a lot like Jeopardy, but tougher. Mark Hines is our moderator. He is a teacher at Muirlands Middle School. Mark has been a City and County Teacher of the Year, Scottish Rite Teacher of the Year, Kyocera Teacher Ambassador to Japan, State Representative to the German Republic School System, and he's been honored with the San Diego Reading Association's Irene Netter Award. And as always, we are honored to have him as our moderator. Mark?
Thank you, Clark. We have 30 minutes to go. We'll start the clock and right away go to a toss-up question. What part of the human brain controls the heart rate, blood pressure, and other involuntary functions? Right away to Patrick Henry.
The medulla oblongata.
Yes, that's right. For your bonus, name the former Confederate states that were located west of the Mississippi.
Tennessee?
Not Tennessee.
Louisiana. And I'll go
All right, and we'll go to Jordan, the team captain.
We have Texas, Missouri, Louisiana, and Kentucky.
Texas and Louisiana are correct. For 3 points, Arkansas would have been that third one. Thank you. For either team, since 1974, a green line on what Mediterranean island has divided the city of Nicosia into southern Greek and northern Turkish sections? To Patrick Henry.
Cyprus.
Yes, Cyprus. Given f of x equals x to the fifth power minus 80x minus 1, answer each of the following questions. A, what is the first derivative of f of x? B, for what values of x will f of x be decreasing? And C, for what value of x will f of x have a relative maximum?
It's 4 minus 80 plus 8. We have our answers.
Please, Jordan.
For A, 5x to the fourth minus 80 plus C. No, their answers.
Number 1 is correct for 1 point. The others would have been minus 2 is less than x is less than 2, and minus 2 would have been the last one. And we'll go back to the toss-ups. In law, which term, Latin for with stronger reason, is used to designate an inference that because a certain fact is true, then it is even more certain a second fact is true? That word is a fortiori. Next, the largest bay in the world is part of what ocean? We'll go to, it looks like Patrick Henry.
The Atlantic Ocean?
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat that for you. SCPA, the largest bay in the world is part of what ocean? And now we go to SCPA.
Indian Ocean.
That's right. It's the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean. And for that, you get a bonus. Identify each of the following concerning literature. A, the German author of The Tin Drum. B, Edgar Allan Poe poem that includes the word tintinnabulation. Tintinnabulation. Next, C, English author of the poem Lines Compound a Few Miles Above Tintern Abbey. And D, American author of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Can you repeat C?
C, English author of the poem Lines Composed a Few Miles Above Tintern Abbey.
Okay, we have our answers.
Yes, please.
For A, Anderson. For B, The Bells. And for D, Tennessee Williams.
2 and 4 are correct for 2 points. Gunter Grass would have been the first, and William Wordsworth would have been the second. And with that, we'll keep going. In which of Robert Frost's poems does the narrator meet his neighbor once a year to do repair work? To Henry.
The Blacksmith?
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat that for you, SCPA. And all right away, SCPA.
Outbrief Candle.
No, I'm sorry. It's called Mending Wall. Back to the toss-ups. Which author of a trilogy based on the life of Charles Yerkes includes The Financier, and he also wrote An American Tragedy? His name is Theodore Dreiser. Next, Gatun, G-A-T-U-N, lake, is in what country? It's in Panama. Find the limit as x approaches 0 of 1 over x. To SCPA.
Does not exist.
That's right, it does not exist. So for your bonus, identify the leader of the Soviet Union during each of the following period. A, 1917 to 1924, B, 1928 to 1953, C, 1953 to 1964, and D, 1985 to 1991.
Can you repeat the last one?
1985 to 1991.
Gorbachev.
We have our answers.
Yes, please.
For A, Lenin. For B, Stalin. C, Khrushchev. And D, Gorbachev.
All of those are correct for 5 points. Thank you. Born in Fredericksburg, Texas in 1885, he was appointed Pacific Fleet Commander during World War II. He accepted the surrender of the Japanese aboard the USS Missouri in 1945. Patrick Henry.
Nimitz.
That's right, Charles Nimitz. Let's go to Shakespeare's Hamlet for your bonus. Answer these questions about it. A, Hamlet was prince of what country?
Denmark.
B, who has slain Hamlet's father? C, what was the name of Hamlet's mother? And D, is Hamlet dead or alive at the conclusion of the drama?
We have our answers.
Yes, please.
Denmark, Claudius, Gertrude, and dead.
All of those are correct for 5 points. And that takes us to Patrick Henry 16 and SCPA 13, a very close match. Let's keep going. True ideas are those that work. Now, this statement best represents which of these philosophies? Rationalism, positivism, empiricism, or pragmatism? To Henry.
Pragmatism.
That's right, pragmatism. For your bonus, he composed piano solo collections such as Forest Scenes and Scenes from Childhood. B, name this romantic composer of Rhenish Symphony. And, I'm sorry, that's A. B, what German composer wrote a German requiem and also some lullabies?
I should know the first one. But I don't.
I feel like Wagner didn't
Can you repeat A, please?
Yes. Name this romantic composer of the Rhenish Symphony. All right, Jordan, please.
Bach and Wagner.
No, I'm sorry, Schumann, and those lullabies would be Brahms. He lullabies Brahms. For other team now, he once got stuck in a bathtub and couldn't get out. We go to Patrick Henry.
Taft.
Yes, William Howard Taft, 325 pounds. Answer these questions about the Constitution. A, Article 7 required this many colonies to ratify it. B, this speech by the President fulfills Article 2, Section 3. And C, the 16th Amendment repealed by Article 1 sentence and allowed this.
No, that's sooner than that. Pass.
Oh, it would have to do with the election of senators.
Senate elected by direct election of senators. We have our answers?
Yes, please, Jordan.
A is 9, B is State of the Union, and C is the direct election of senators.
1 and 2 are correct for 3 points. Income tax was allowed with the third one. Please identify Europe's longest river. Patrick Henry.
The Rhine.
No, I'm sorry. Let me repeat that for you, SCPA. Identify Europe's, okay, SCPA.
The Danube.
No, the Volga River actually is the longest. What is the y-intercept of the graph of y equals cosine x plus 2? To SCPA.
3.
Yes, 3. And for your bonus, listen to the following quotation and tell me both the king who said it and the man of whom he spoke. Who will free me from this turbulent priest?
The person being referred to as Pope.
Okay.
Who will free me.
All right, Kate, please.
The Pope for both.
No, I'm sorry. King Henry II would have been that first, and Thomas Becket, the priest, would have been the next. For either of you, which one of the Great Lakes is the only one to be located entirely within the United States? To Patrick Henry.
Lake Michigan?
Yes, that's right, Lake Michigan. And for your bonus, identify these words ending with the letters I-C-S. A, bodily exercises. B, the social silence dealing with the rights and duties of the members of a state. C, the deliberate display of emotions for theatrical effect. And D, the art or practice of disputation or controversy.
Semantics or rhetoric. Debate. I'll just go with semantics. We have our answers?
Yes, please, Jordan.
Aerobics, civics, theatrics, and semantics.
1 and 2 are correct for 2 points. Histrionics would have been third, and polemics would have been that fourth one. Thank you. What war saw the first confrontation between jet aircraft? To SCPA.
World War II.
No, I'm sorry, and let me repeat that for you, Patrick Henry. Okay, to Patrick Henry.
The Korean War.
Yes, the Korean War. That's right. For your bonus, explain the historical significance of these geographical sites, all hills or mountains. A, Plains of Abraham. B, San Juan. And C, Mount Suribachi.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, explain the historical significance of these geographical sites, all hills or mountains.
Oh, that's Battle of Iwo Jima. I don't know where the Plains of Abraham.
Okay, Jordan, please.
Battle of Gettysburg, Battle of San Juan Hill, and the battle on Iwo Jima.
Battle on Iwo Jima is correct. Battle of San Juan Hill is correct for 3 points. The site of the Battle of Quebec would have been that first one. Thank you. For either team now, marble is an example of which type of rock? That's a metamorphic rock. Which Shakespearean monarch lamented, "As flies to wanton boys, so are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport"? To Patrick Henry.
King Lear.
King Lear, that's right. And for your bonus, name the 4 movements of a symphony which Franz Joseph Haydn developed into the classical standard.
Yeah, right.
That's on part. I go to music.
All the 38. Yes.
Yeah, it's funny.
Prelude.
Interlude.
Prelude, interlude. We have our answer.
Yes, please, Jordan.
Prelude, interlude, intermission, and exlude.
No, I'm sorry. Allegro, andante, minuet, and finale would have been those answers. Time out for Patrick Henry.
What's the future of your business? It's right here in this student-designed robot.
Xylophone.
It's in the knowledge of words,
XYLOPHONE. Xylophone.
knowledge of math,
1, we have -10, 2, we have 11, and 3, we have the third quadrant.
All 3 are correct for 3 points.
and discovery of science. What's the future of your business? It's in academic competition. It goes beyond the classroom, inspiring students to think in new ways, building teams that share, create, and make new connections in the brain. What's the future of your business?
It's in your customers.
Your leaders. Your employees.
Right now, we call them students, and you'll be calling on them soon. Get involved in the future of your business. Find out how you can support San Diego academic competition. Call 858-292-3850. 858-292-3850.
Abstruse. Do you know what that is?
That's difficult to understand.
Abstruse. Do you know what that is?
Hard to understand.
Never mind. Oh, here it is. Abstruse. Difficult to understand. Kind of like you.
And we're back after a short timeout. The score is Patrick Henry 38 and SCPA 15. We still have 17 minutes left, so it could go either way. We'll start the clock and continue on. The 18th Amendment to the Constitution is called the Prohibition Amendment. Which of our constitutional amendments is called the lame? And we go to SCPA.
The 20th Amendment?
Yes, that's right. SCPA, answer the following about linear motion. A, this law states that the force equals the derivative of linear momentum of a body. B, this is the derivative of velocity. And C, this fourth derivative of position or first derivative of jerk was used when designing the Hubble Space Telescope.
A.
This law states that the force equals the derivative of linear momentum of a body. And Kate, please.
Momentum, distance, and acceleration.
No, I'm sorry. Newton's second law of motion would have been that first, acceleration the second, and then jounce or snap would have been that third answer. Let's go back to the toss-ups now. In fraction form, roughly, what is the difference between gravity on the moon and the Earth? To SCPA.
1/6.
Yes, that's right, 1/6. SCPA, 3 famous poets were named lake poets by the literary critics of the early Romance period. Can you name those 3?
It would be like Whitman,
Yeah.
maybe? Okay, we have our answers.
Yes, please.
Emerson, Thoreau, and Whitman.
No, I'm sorry. Coleridge, Southey, and Wordsworth would have been those answers. So we'll go back to the toss-ups. The sum of one number and 3 times the second is 53. The difference between 4 times the first number and twice the second is 2. What is the larger number? That answer's 15. Captain Cyrus Harding and his balloon mates were stranded on what place? The title of a Jules Verne novel. The Mysterious Island. Next, in 1973, the United States helped in the overthrow of what Chilean leader? To Patrick Henry.
Allende.
Yes, Salvador Allende. Can you please name the 4 plays for which Eugene O'Neill won the Pulitzer Prize for Drama?
No. Really depressing name. Into Darkness, something into Darkness.
We can try four permutations of darkness.
It might be a march.
Heart of
I don't
Darkness?
know.
Heart
No,
of
that's
Darkness.
Conrad. Slow march into darkness. I don't know.
We have our answers.
Jordan?
March into darkness, slow march into darkness, fade into darkness, and into darkness.
We had no darkness, but we did have a long day's journey into night, so I guess you were close. Beyond the Horizon, Anna Christie, and Strange Interlude would have been the others. Thank you. The sum of one number, I'm sorry, let's go to the next one, not the same one. The Briggsian or common form is based on the number 10, while the Napierian or natural form is based on natural number e. We're talking about what mathematical concept, and we go to SCPA.
Logarithms?
Yes, that's right. And for your bonus, give the degree measures of the 4 angles between 0 degrees and 360 degrees that satisfy the following system. R equals 3 and R squared equals 18 cosine 2 theta.
We have our answers.
Kate, please.
No answers.
That's okay. 30 degrees, 150 degrees, 210, and 330. If access is the right of going in, what is the corresponding right of going out? And we go to Henry.
Egress.
Egress, that's right. And for your bonus, in which city is each of the following landmarks located? A, Spanish Steps. B, Pitti Palace. C, La Scala Opera House. D, Taj Mahal. And E, Schönbrunn Palace.
I'm 99% sure A is Barcelona.
I don't think. We still have a little time to get it.
I thought it was a third city. No.
All right, Jordan, we're not trying to rush you or anything.
A, Barcelona. B, New York. C, Paris. D, New Delhi. And E, Berlin.
I'm sorry, no. Rome, Florence, Milan, Agra in India, and Vienna, Austria would have been that last one. Time out, Patrick Henry.
Once you see the world through math and science, you'll never see anything the same way again. Go to girlsgotech.org.
You'll see.
This SAT word, abdicate. What's it mean to abdicate?
Isn't that when you do crunches to strengthen your abs?
Abdicate, a verb. To give up on something formally, such as ownership or power.
Yeah, like I said, you do crunches and abdicate those extra pounds by developing your abs. Abdicate.
I think you've abdicated your senses.
Why, thank you.
We're back after a brief timeout. The score is Patrick Henry 44, SCPA 24, and we still have 11 minutes and 39 seconds left, so we'll keep going. Please start the clock. Which former governor of Chihuahua led a raid on Columbus, New Mexico that prompted a 1916 response led by General John Pershing? To Patrick Henry.
Pancho Villa.
Yes. And for your bonus, find the equations of the tangent line and the normal to the curve x squared minus x plus 3 at the point 2, 5.
So what's the slope at 2x minus 1?
It's 1, 3, 1, y. I don't even know what the normal line is. I don't know.
It's x, y equals 3.
Jordan.
Yes, our answers are y equals 3 and x equals 3.
No, I'm sorry, they're very long answers. Well, 3x minus y minus 1 equals 0 is 1. Or, and the next one, normal equals x plus 3y minus 17 equals 0. So with that, we'll keep going. In an AC circuit, the voltage will peak earlier than the circuit in what kind of component whose strength is denoted in henries? Inductors would have been that answer. Julius Caesar wrote commentaries on Gallic wars. What British jurist wrote commentaries on law? William Blackstone would be that answer. What similar position did Albert Gallatin, Andrew Mellon, and Samuel P. Chase hold in the U.S. government? They were all secretaries of the Treasury. For many years, what federal agency was involved in activities against civil rights organizations, extensive illegal wiretapping, and the keeping of extensive secret dossiers on politicians? And we go to Henry.
FBI.
FBI, yes. Henry, tell which European country ruled the following African countries in 1900? A, Senegal, B, Libya, C, Angola, D, Cameroon, and E, Nigeria.
Cameroon's France, is that D?
I want to say Nigeria.
No, Libya is Italy. Libya is
Oh, yeah.
Can I get A, C, and E, please?
A, Senegal, C, Angola, E, Nigeria. All right, and we'll go to Jordan, the team captain.
We have Great Britain, Italy, Great Britain, France, and Germany.
Italy on number 2 is correct for 1 point. The others would have been Senegal, France, Angola, Portugal, Cameroon, Germany, and Nigeria, Great Britain, or England would have been acceptable. And the next toss-up is math. State the numerical value of the common log of 10 and the natural log of E to SCPA.
1.
1 is right, yes. And for your bonus, name the country in which the following artistic styles first developed. A, Gothic, B, Cubism, C, Baroque, and D, Abstract Expressionism.
Sounds like Germany. Italy. I got France for the first one. Baroque.
No, I think Baroque's
Baroque is
Germany.
Germany. Baroque is Germany. And isn't Gothic
I know that was Germany too.
like Germany? Yeah. Gothic is Germany.
All right, Kate, please.
Germany, the United States, Germany, and France.
No, I'm sorry, France, Italy, and the United States would have been those. What lightweight, corrosion-resistant metallic element is used as a moderator in nuclear reactors? To Henry.
Graphite.
No, I'm sorry. Let me repeat that for you, SCPA. What lightweight, corrosive-resistant metallic element is used as, now we go to SCPA.
Aluminum.
Now, beryllium would have been that answer. Despite war and outbreaks of disease, the love of Florentino for Firmina endures in which Gabriel Garcia Marquez novel? To SCPA.
100 Years of Solitude.
No, I'm sorry, but I'll repeat that for you, Henry. Despite war and outbreaks of disease, the love of now we go to Henry.
1,000 Years of Solitude?
Actually, it's in love in the time of cholera. Next, who published an essay in 1889 entitled The Best Fields for Philanthropy? To Henry.
Carnegie.
That's right, Andrew Carnegie. And for your bonus, 5 American generals of World War II became 5-star generals. Name any 4 of them.
Yeah, MacArthur. Then there was Bradley and Patton. We have our answers.
Jordan, please.
Eisenhower, MacArthur, Bradley, and Patton.
Eisenhower, Bradley, and MacArthur are good for 3 points. You could have also said Marshall or a man named Hap Arnold. Hap Arnold. Next toss-up. Give the term for the metrical analysis of poetry or the division of a line of poetry into feet by indicating accents and counting syllables. To SCPA.
Iambic pen to
No,
pentameter.
I'm sorry. Please speak up too. Henry, give the name for the metrical analysis of poetry, the division of a line of poetry into feet by indicating accents and counting syllables. Now we go to Henry.
Pentameter.
Actually, it's scansion. Scansion. Next, what form of magnetism occurs in all materials, though its anti-parallel induced field is weaker than the parallel ones of para and ferromagnetism? To Patrick Henry.
Diamagnetism.
That's right, diamagnetism. The secant of theta is equal to 4, and theta terminates in quadrant 4. Find the exact simplified values for the following. A, sine theta, B, cosine theta, C, tangent theta, D, cotangent theta, and E, cosecant theta. All right, and we'll go to Team Captain Jordan.
0.25 for all.
Let me see. No, I'm sorry. The first one is negative root 15 over 4. 1 divided by 4 on the second, negative root 15 on C, and D is negative square root of 15 divided by 15. E, negative 4 times the root 15 divided by 15. Thank you. Time out, SCPA.
Monday morning came too soon. It's entering my.
Do you know what a bass is?
Yeah, it's like a guitar with 4 strings and a lower sound.
No, a bass. A-B-A-S-E.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's the lower in rank. Or say humiliate. For example, I might say I abased you by quickly knowing the definition of your word.
Oh, how humiliating.
Exactly.
And we're back. We have 4 minutes left. Our score is Patrick Henry 59 and SCPA 25. Jordan, the team captain at Patrick Henry, will tell us who just came on board.
Yes, joining us now, off to my left, is Cole, a junior.
Cole, we welcome you, and we have a lot of time left, so we'll start the clock and go to the next toss-up. Identify the Spanish painter noted for his portraits, especially those of the Duchess of Alba. To SCPA.
El Greco.
No, I'm sorry, and let me repeat that for Patrick Henry. Identify the Spanish painter noted for his portraits, especially those of the Duchess of Alba. To Henry.
Goya?
Yes, Francisco Goya. So for your bonus, Moscow is the easternmost capital on the European continent. Identify the following capital cities on the European continent, not including island nations. A, which is the southernmost, B, which is the westernmost, and C, which is the northernmost.
Copenhagen. Or no, what about Spain? Spain's more south. What's the capital of Spain? It's
Capital city. It's Madrid. Madrid farther south.
I think so. And then C was what, the northernmost?
Yeah.
All right, and we'll go to Jordan.
We have Madrid, Copenhagen, and Oslo.
The southernmost, I'm sorry, no, would have been Athens, Greece. Lisbon, Portugal would have been the westernmost, and the northernmost would have been Helsinki. And with that, let's keep going. What European nation suffered a short-lived revolution in 1956? To Patrick Henry.
Czechoslovakia?
No, I'm sorry. Let me repeat that for you. SCPA, what European nation suffered a short-lived revolution in 1956? That is Hungary. What form of dance in triple rhythm is Spanish in origin and has been celebrated in the music of Maurice Ravel? To SCPA.
Bolero?
Yes, that's right, bolero. Identify the following seas. A, the Cayman Islands are situated in what sea? B, the city of Bombay, India is located on what sea? C, if you sailed from Sudan to Yemen, which sea would you traverse? And D, what large sea lies between the Soviet Union and Iran?
First one's Mediterranean.
Can you repeat the third one?
The third one is, if you sailed from Sudan to Yemen, what sea would you traverse? We'll go to Kate, please.
Caribbean, the Sea of Bengal, the Mediterranean, and the Black Sea.
Caribbean is correct for 1. The Arabian Sea would have been 2. The Red Sea 3. And the Caspian Sea would have been that one between the Soviet Union and Iran. What name identifies the legendary Dutch ghost ship supposedly seen at sea in stormy weather near the Cape of Good Hope, whose captain must sail until the end of time for his crime? In 1841, Richard Wagner wrote an opera based on this theme, and we go to SCPA.
The Flying Dutchman?
Yes, that's right, The Flying Dutchman. And for your bonus, let's go to chemistry. A, what is the chemical composition of silver tarnish? B, what is the name given to the energy change occurring when charged particles in the gas phase are packed in an ionic solid? And C, what acid is formed when diphosphorus pentoxide or tetraphosphorus D-coxide reacts with water?
Something of silver tarnish. Okay.
Kate, please.
Phosphoric acid for all.
That is correct for number 3 for 1 point. Silver sulfide would have been the first, and lattice energy or crystal lattice energy would have been the answer for the next one. And with only 1 second left, I'm going to toss it over to Clark.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark. You know, that match started out real close for about the first third. There were several lead changes, and then Patrick Henry just kind of picked up a little more steam after that. There were some really tough questions in that match. So I'd like to congratulate both of our teams for answering so many correctly, and also congratulate them that when they didn't know an answer, they came up with some wonderfully creative answers as well. So once again, our final score is 61 for Patrick Henry, 32 for SCPA. I think they acquitted themselves well, considering that many of the starters for SCPA are involved in another school activity today and could not actually be part of the match. So good luck to both of the teams going forward. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time here on ITV.